Hey, I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm attempting to make another video despite everything that's going on. I'm sure if you're watching this when it's new, you know what's happening in the world right now and why everything's a little extra hard or a lot extra hard depending on your situation. I'm somewhere in between those two, I feel like. Um, but I still wanted to make a little update video and have a record of how testosterone and transition and trans stuff in general is going, even though it's really, really hard to make any kind of content these days. It's hard to write, it's hard to film, it's hard to do anything except play Animal Crossing. I'm playing a lot of Animal Crossing. So if you'd like to be friends on Switch, hit me up. You can come visit my island. It's not as cool as a lot of other people's islands, but it's coming along. I'm rubbing my chin because I have chin hair now. I shaved 2 days ago, so you can't really see it. But I have chin hair now, and I have chin stubble now. I'm getting more stubble in this patch right here, and the stubble over my lip is getting more intense as well. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of changes, especially now that I'm on this higher dose. Definitely more hair, so much more hair. Still getting more hungry. I don't know how that's possible, but I am getting more hungry all the time. Trying to think of what else. Sorry, I've said like 15 times in 2 minutes, but I'm here. We're here. I do this in one take, and what happens is what happens. It's been 16 weeks, I believe, today since I started tea, and it's just been a couple of weeks since I've been on the higher dose, which is definitely speeding things along pretty quickly. One thing that I specifically wanted to talk about was how this pandemic is affecting how I'm experiencing gender right now, which is definitely happening. Initially, when everything started hitting the fan and I was trying to figure out what decisions I was going to make for my business, gender fell away completely. It was like gender didn't exist. It didn't matter. There was so much to do. I had to figure out how to close my business in stages. First, shutting down all the events, then shutting down the skate park, and then slowly shutting down the skate shop. And currently we are completely closed, and that has been really hard, but I've done a lot of crying and processing already. So in this moment, I'm okay. Now I'm working on setting up web sales. So that will start taking up more of my energy. And it's actually been nice. The times I've been working on it, it gives me something to do and something to focus on that's not how scary the world is right now. But all this has impacted my gender experience in a really weird way, in that at first, like I said, it almost fell away. It was like gender didn't even exist in the world for a couple days, maybe even a full week or two, and now it's slowly coming back, but I have to find it. I have to find those moments where it matters and where my joy is. I have to do things like shave. I noticed that I have this weird patch on my chin and it looks really weird, and I have to shave, and shaving feels really good. It feels, I don't know, just feels awesome. Shaving my face specifically. Shaving my legs feels bad because it was forced upon me as a young teenager when I didn't want to do it at all. So I haven't done it in years, and I'm so happy that way. I don't like doing that. Eventually, I will hope to not shave my face when it's more even and not really, really weird. So finding these little moments where I can kind of experience gender joy is great. Doing things like getting dressed, since I don't need to a lot of days, since I'm home, getting out of my pajamas and putting on some jeans and a t-shirt, and even putting in my binder. I'm not wearing it right now, but I have put it on a couple times since we've started staying home. It just reminds me of, it just lets me feel good in my body and lets me feel at home in my gender for a few minutes and go, yeah, this is who I am, and I really like being this person, instead of the opposite, which I've had a lot of moments of the opposite as well in the past week. After that first week of feeling not a lot of anything, this past week has been a little bit more normal, and that I have these moments of dysphoria and these moments of euphoria that counterbalance each other. It is hard not going out as much because I'm not binding as much and I'm not getting, dressed up. I don't own any nice clothes, but still, like, picking out a shirt that makes me feel really good or anything like that. I'm not doing it as much, so I have to force myself to do it. And when I do it, it feels really good. Forcing myself to be intimate with my partner when sometimes I'm so dead inside. But doing that feels really, really good. Even if it's just a hug or a kiss, passing in the hallway, even if it's just that. But doing more than that really lets me forget about the world and just be in this moment. So if you are blessed enough to be cooped up in a house with someone you are in love with, or even just close enough with to have any kind of physical intimacy, do it. It's very good. It's a very good way to ground yourself and be present. If you don't have that, find some people you can be in communication with online, please. You need to take care of yourselves. It's really, really important. I feel like also my voice is changing a little bit more. It's just a little bit deeper. I had a cold like 2 weeks ago that lasted a really long time. I'm still not completely over it. Which definitely made my voice a little more scratchy, but I think it's continuing to stay a little lower because of testosterone. So, yeah, trying to think of what else to update y'all on, but I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my shot now. I'm gonna leave the camera on if you don't like. This is what I'm gonna do from now on. I started this journey, started these videos to document my first shot, and then now I'm like, I don't know if I want to do my shot on camera anymore. I do it better when it's not on camera and it hurts less. So I'm more present and aware. But I think I'm just gonna do it, but not talk while I'm doing the actual injecting. So I might go quiet for a second there. So yeah, the process is still exactly the same as when I started. I'm just doing twice as much tea from when I started. So that's kind of cool. And I have a brand new vial today. Getting my prescription. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get this. I basically went the second they would let me refill it. I can only get a month at a time. I really wish I could get 2. I can only get a month at a time. And I was really worried it would be hard to get. It was not hard to get at all. My clinic that I go to for my primary care is, they specialize in gender care. And the only other person in the lobby, the only other person there, which was great. It's a very busy clinic, and I was worried that I'd be exposed to a bunch of sick people and potentially be exposed to this virus. Once I saw the inside the lobby, I wasn't worried about that at all. They're doing a really good job of not having too many people there. There was one other person in line in the pharmacy in front of me, and he was also picking up testosterone. And amazingly enough, he was shorter than me, which made me just feel awesome because he clearly has been on T a lot longer than me. Like, I feel bad that I made all these judgments of this person, but it's a gender clinic. And this bearded person in front of me is picking up testosterone and needles. And he's shorter than me and has a full beard and just looks masculine as hell. And it made me feel really good in a otherwise dark moment. My kid just fell off his stool. I think he's gonna be okay. So that was a really cool little moment. So I have had no problems getting any of my prescriptions. I take other prescriptions besides testosterone. I've had 0 problems with that. The only things we've had trouble getting are a couple of the staples, grocery wise, like rice and chicken, which we're just making do with other things. We're eating a lot of pasta and a lot of beef and a lot of frozen vegetables because it's hard to store fresh vegetables for a week or 2 at a time. So we're doing all right. Now I'm going to get to the actual shot part now that I've rambled at y'all for a while. I do the shot itself off camera, so you might see a needle here or there, but you won't see the shot. I have heard of trans people who do injections having a hard time getting isopropyl alcohol wipes. So if that's a problem for you, maybe reach out on Twitter because I keep seeing them at our local store. But people who are unable to get like Clorox wipes and stuff, who are freaking out, are buying up these. Luckily, I had a big box of 100 and I still have the majority of these left. So I'm good for a while. I also have bulk isopropyl alcohol for my business. So I have quite a bit at my business. So I am good. All right. Injection time. Have the right amount? Yeah, I'm always nervous I'm going to do the amount wrong. With more, it takes longer and I'm going slower. And I wait to pull it out because I've been getting some like leakage coming back out. And that makes me a little upset because I want it all in my body. Alright. I honestly think taking the needle out is worse than putting it in. It just gives me shudders every time. And I have a little teeny tiny spot of blood. So yeah, that's my update. That's my, let's see, we started isolating about a week and a half ago, which was a few days before most of the people around here, just because we're trying to be good citizens and we're kind of an anxious family and I really want to protect my partner who has asthma. So we started isolating a few days before most people did. We didn't get a shutdown, or not even a full shutdown, a stay-at-home order, which most people aren't really listening to, until Monday, which was just 2 days ago, which is wild to me because we were staying home for a week and a half before that, as most people should be. So please, no matter where you are in the world, the whole world is at risk right now. So just be really careful out there. You can look up all the guidelines on what that means and specifically what your risk in your area is. But be careful, stay home, because the last thing we need is more people getting sick or injured right now. Anyway, if you're one of the few people who watches this, thank you. You're awesome, and I'll see you around.